So, we go from Chucky all the way to Friday the 13th with Jason. Lycans and gentlemen, children of the night, nocturnals, night terrors, and all things that go bump in the night. Welcome to your monthly treatment of shock therapy. The doctor will see you now. Show me your woes, my fellow sleepwalkers, and I'll cure all that ails you. Consider me your night watchman for this evening's festivities here at the Mind's Eye Theater. I invite you to violate curfew with me for this graveyard shift. I am your camp counselor, Inkarnate, for this sold-out show. Whew, excuse me, my voice has been scratchy all day. Don't worry, no slit throats. So, it's just me for tonight. Tramadom couldn't make it. But regardless, Mind's Eye Theater's heading back to camp. So, I am very much well aware of this film's reputation, but we're going to be getting into what I think of it downstream, if you catch my drift. Hey, that's a pun twice. So, I knew that, considering this film's reputation, most people have referred to this as the worst of the Friday films. So, whether good or bad, or I highly doubt anyone's in the middle about this particular entry into the franchise, I still thought it, I knew that I absolutely had to watch this for the watch party. I knew that because of its infamy, let's call it, I knew that I wasn't going to let this particular anniversary, slip by the wayside. In case it's any secret, I always like to celebrate these watch parties. It just makes it a lot easier picking what to watch whenever. It's just the case that, excuse me, my throat. Whenever it's the case that one of these anniversaries happens to be upon us, and God knows that for whatever reason, the streaming services, despite owning that my voice cracked right there, despite owning these licenses, because it is after all their films, it's always wild to me that, they just let these anniversaries just mosey on over without, securing the licenses to make sure that this, whatever anniversary happens to be celebrated, that their film is on their streaming service. Call me crazy. I thought that this was supposed to be the convenience of streaming, but that's just me making sense and all. Regardless, I absolutely wanted to make sure that we were able to celebrate this film properly. I didn't want and it just so happens that today, August 13th, is a dual anniversary for, excuse me, oh god, my voice. I hope that doesn't happen throughout the watch party. It just so happens that August 13th is a dual, it ain't a Friday, but it is a dual anniversary for this series. We're going to be getting into which, god, I'm sorry guys, my voice, this is horrible. We're going to be getting into what film in the Friday series also celebrates this anniversary. Maybe it's the case where, excuse me, maybe it's the case where we'll be doing a back-to-back watch party. We'll just have to wait and see. So, oh god, I hope excuse me, I hope this isn't the norm for the rest of this watch party. So, I always like to kick it to the audience just to make it a little bit more interactive. And dare I ask the question, what is your film rating for this particular film? And I take it to the totem pole. So your options are bottom of the barrel, shallow grave, or my favorite, high stakes. So, in the event that you've seen this movie before, this can serve as your film rating. If you haven't, it would serve as what your expectations are for the movie. Now then, I wanted to keep this a secret until the end, but you know what? I actually will. I will leave it completely in the hands of my fan base in order for you guys to decide. Let me work my magic on the back end and make sure that you guys get to vote what it is that your expectations are. So, unfortunately, I'm going to be speaking to Streamlabs about this because I do feel that, what have you, that these, I feel like automation should be like across the board. If you're watching this on Twitch or Rumble, that you should be able to like engage with me so that these like polls that I'm about to put up aren't just isolated to one platform. But for now, the totem poll that I'm going to put up, it's only available on the YouTube chat. So once again, your choices are bottom of the burial, which would be obviously low. Your mid would be shallow grave, and then my personal favorite, high stakes. So I'm setting that up now. Yeah, it's I mentioned that I was gonna watch this on Reddit, and it is interesting seeing the visceral reactions that people have, because this is one of those films that is infamous, let's say. It's one of those films, there's absolutely no way you're in the middle about it. You either love it or you hate it. Okay. So we have totem pole. It is now up on the YouTube chat. I will be mentioning this throughout the stream. So I'll be giving reminders once we start. So that is now up and running, and let me just check that. Yep, I can see it now. And okay, again, so I asked you to vote along and watch along with me. Take to the totem poll on the YouTube chat. I'll be keeping the stream up, or I should say I'll be keeping the poll up all stream long. And spotlight viewer impressions for the movie throughout the broadcast, as well as giving reminders for any new joiners that are casually late to the watch party. So you just make sure to stake your claim. Naturally, I invite you to stream the film along with me, queue it up on Max, previously known as HBO Max. Let me take care of a couple of housekeeping items, and again, I'll be providing timestamps throughout the watch party to make sure that your viewing experience is synced up with mine, as well as for the convenience of anyone who's casually late to the party. So, this stream is brought to you in partnership with Hotness TV, and we do have sponsors for this stream. Those would be Samsung devices. So Samsung runs the gamut of, televisions, tablets, cell phones, soundbars, 4K Blu-ray players, surround sound home theater systems. Jabra headsets come in the form of in-ear earbuds, over-the-head headsets, as well as office audio conference equipment. So using the sponsorship links in the description, it just serves as a nice kickback for the channel, and it would greatly be appreciated. The watch parties are a proud affiliate of the upcoming horror documentary Mental Health and Horror. So once those release, I absolutely plan on doing a watch party for them. Watch party for them, as well as a review. So stay tuned for that. If you're of a mood and you wish to support the watch parties in another way, there is a support link up top. I will just consider it your pound of flesh. So, the software that I use to stream my reaction videos, my watch parties, my live streams is called Streamlabs. They were nice enough to give us our own merch store, which is streamlabs.com/mindgamesinc/merch. Link is in the description of this video. So, we are coming to you live, streaming on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. I will ask that everyone, if you could please vote. If you could like the video on whichever platform you're watching this on, it helps to recommend this watch party for others. And therefore, without further ado, we now offer you this creature presentation. So, I hope that your sleeping bags are packed, that you brought a spare machete, and remember, kiss your asses goodbye. And throw the switch. Okay. And we are watching new. Oh boy, that new line's... Okay, got it. That New Lines logo always gets me. All right. Okay. I seem to be having audio issues. Why wouldn't that be the case? Give me a quick second. Oh, wait, never mind. I got it. Whew. Almost hit the panic button there for a second. I have to make sure that this is not on the watch party because of YouTube. This, I think it was Ryan Turek. He mentioned that while watching this, while actually watching this in theaters, people were like so excited for this particular part because it's like, oh man, the excitement was like, oh man, here it comes. They all start like this. And admittedly, it is a pretty good start to the film. This chick, well, I don't want to mention who she is, but I gotta admit, she was pretty hot. Can't complain. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but let's just say that we get to know her more personally as the beginning, as the beginning proceeds. The reason that this film is titled Jason Goes to Hell: The Final Friday instead of Friday the 13th IX or something similar is that New Line Cinema did not have the rights to the name Friday the 13th. This was the first film in the series to be handled by that studio after the series was moved from Paramount. Like, one would have thought that would be like an obvious to get to get that, like the title of the movie. That doesn't. So the film itself, the film itself gets transferred to a new studio, but you just can't call it what everyone knows it to be. And there was something similar with Army of Darkness. They wanted to call it Medieval Dead because, it's part of the Evil Dead franchise, but they didn't own the Evil Dead name, which blows my mind. But I'm not a film license expert. I'm not a film doctor. The original title of the movie was Friday the 13th Part 9 IX, The Dark Heart of Jason Voorhees. Yeah. There was allegedly a comic book that bridged the gap between Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, and this film. It followed Jason after he had dipped in toxic waste in a New York City sewer and walked his way back to Crystal Lake. It also explains why the FBI has a task force specifically for Jason, but we'll see more of that. Give me a quick second. I just gotta turn something off. As you can see, she's pretty easy on the eyes. Ugh. Wow. I remember watching this as a kid and I was just like, damn. Can you blame me? Oopsie doopsie, we've got company. What? Hold on. Oh, there seems to be a problem. I don't even know what that sound is. Give me a second. Sorry if this is annoying on the stream. I didn't even realize this was a thing. Oops. All right, I think I fixed it. Sorry about that. I didn't. Okay, I think we're good. I apologize for that. Yeah, like again, I very much liked this look for Jason in this film. I mean, like people were talking about how it looks like, you know, the mask is like basically growing around. Oh crap. Oh no, okay, no, I'm good. The mask is growing around his head. I'm like, I mean, he's a redneck hillbilly camper. I don't know. I would expect him to look weird, but that's me. So, bit of trivia. Adam Marcus, the director, here we go. The big shootout. That's what I was referring to with the, yep. They freaking like, yo. And not for nothing, but I mean, this plays like a good, how can I put it? This is a good, like, shocking start to this film, and something you wouldn't expect. But I mean, if you're thinking of continuity, makes sense, because it's like, dude, how many bodies has this guy racked up? Giggity. Dance, varmint. So, oh boy, here we go. Missed. So Adam Marcus, the director, wanted Keegan, the woman at the beginning, to do the shower scene completely nude, a la Glenn Close sitting in a shower naked and crying in The Big Chill. So Keegan says that she told them from the get-go that she wouldn't do nudity, while Marcus maintained she was never upfront with him about that. Ah, here comes the man of the hour. Yes, sir. We'll be getting to him later. So Keegan counters that Marcus knew, but kept telling everyone that he'd be able to convince her to change her mind. She never did, and during the scene, she wore a flesh-colored bathing suit bottom, and Madonna-like cone bra, just with Dixie cups instead of cones. So the water was so hot, though, that she was literally crying from the pain. Keegan complained the whole thing to her agent, who then argued on everyone in the production, especially Marcus. So as a result, Keegan and Marcus briefly became enemies, and it's crazy because, like, look how little time she spends in the film. And it got so bad that she walked off the set, even though they were mere days away from wrapping. So Sean S. Cunningham, I believe he's the producer on this, the original Friday director. He had to take the movie away from Marcus and come in to direct the final couple of days. That's the only way that they could get Keegan back. And Carrie Keegan's negative experience working on the film and her antagonistic relationship with Adam Marcus eventually caused her to quit acting for good. So, way to go. Laurie Holden was director Adam Marcus's and writer Dean Lorey's choice for the role of Jessica Kimball, but Sean Cunningham overruled them and pushed for Carrie Keegan instead. That might explain the hostility towards each other. I don't know why, but something about this, how can I put it? This autopsy scene we're about to see has always intrigued me, and I don't know why. I don't know why, I can't explain it, so just go with it. this guy had so many rounds just pumped into him that for like even the body bag is smoking. What's funny is that though the theatrical poster features Jason wearing like the shiny chrome mask, no such face covering is ever seen in the film. In fact, the mask he wears is the traditional hockey mask Jason is known for, but with his flesh growing over it. And the demon worm that you see in the poster looks nothing like anything we'll see during the movie. Jason doesn't wear a metal mask until his futuristic self in Jason X, but we're not discussing that. But that's just a weird quirk with some movies. Like, look how the alien egg in the poster from the movie Alien looks nothing like the facehugger egg. This was a weird quirk in the 90s, to like put everything under the microscope and like have forensics. I don't mind it. It was just a weird quirk. I don't know if that started because of Jurassic Park, but I've always found moments like this, for instance, in the movie Relic. I don't know. I always find that maybe it's because of my interest in forensics. I don't know. What a dick. Yee. Yeah, man, don't fire me. Interestingly enough, this is the only film in the series to be released in the 1990s. I honestly didn't realize that before. Dear God. Ooh. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Sean S. Cunningham. I've always thought he was a hack. That looks like a brain. Eesh. Burger meat. Yeah, it's so funny that, like, look, I get the complaints about this film. I really do. But oh god. Ew. It's just that they're not enough to impede my enjoyment of this movie. This scene we're about to see would make kind of more sense if this were a brain, but it's a heart. You'll see what I mean momentarily. This part freaked me out as a kid. He's like, what in the hell? He's just like, what? That's a weird sweat pattern on his face. Thinking. Well, might as well go for it. That's exactly. Yeah, that sound he makes too, and all that beef jelly. There's a phrase I never thought I'd say. Oh, what was I thinking eating at Arby's? Wow. Oh no, it's the dream demons from Nightmare on Elm Street. They're gonna give him nightmare powers. Yeah, that sound is also haunting. Jason's heart, that prop, was used in from Dusk Till Dawn as Monkey Man's heart. I didn't know that. And also, gross. So this assistant coroner is played by Dean Laurie. He was one of the movie's screenwriters. The patches on the shoulders... Oh, wait, no, you'll see that later. I'm sorry. I was jumping the gun. Stupid. I know you're not hungry after what you just ate. After what you've been through. Oh, give him a kiss. Pucker up. So cheesy. Wow. Get ready. Here it comes. Jesus. Go, for God's sake, use alcohol. Damn. And I thought it was the Wolfman. That's obviously Kane Hodder, the man that plays Jason. Uh-oh. Well, looks like he took it easy on those guys. What a mystery this is. This being an obvious, how can I put it, homage to Robert Englund, the guy that plays Freddy, and Bruce Campbell, the guy that plays Ash Williams. He was 11 when he died? I love this guy because he plays like... This is gonna be great. He plays like such a, you know, a stereotypical reporter. You know, someone who tries to be concerned and like a heart of gold or whatever. I always liked this edition, like the thought of a bounty hunter in this franchise. Like the fact that this guy's like such a scuzzy type of, you know, typical reporter. Oh, this is great. Uh-huh. Iconic. He doesn't know what the hell to say. Mm-hmm. You don't say. Really? Uh-huh. You don't say. So when Creighton Duke is when he got interviewed and he demands 500,000 for the capture of Jason, he says for that you get the mask, the machete, the whole damn thing. This is a reference to Jaws the Jaws movie when Quint demands 10,000 to kill the shark. He says, for that, you get the head, the tail, the whole damn thing. Well, who better than a cowboy, am I right? Ooh. And we'll have who that is in a bit. Oh my god, I love it! Joey B. This woman is hysterical in this movie. Okay, guys, we just passed the 20-minute mark. Make sure to vote in the totem poll what your film rating is, and make sure to like the video, whether you're watching on Rumble, Facebook, Rumble, Facebook, or YouTube, and Twitch. Oh, God. Incredible. This guy is such a boss. And who is this? Mm-hmm. That's Jason's sister, Diana Voorhees. What a dick. What is the need for that? My lady. What a Chad. And he's wearing a duster. Oh, we'll get the hose on you. So he strikes him, and Duke gets arrested. There's no justice in this world. So Sean S. Cunningham said to director Adam Marcus to not only, quote, get that damn hockey mask out of the movie, but also chose not to pick up after Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. And he's going to be our hero for the movie. There's not enough time because why? You're in a small town diner. Why? Just tell them there. Anyway, so yeah, they did. The choice was made for specifically not to pick up after Part 8, and only use bits and pieces of the sequels, mainly Part 2. So during an interview with Adam Marcus in 1993, he said one of the first decisions he made was to completely ignore Jason Takes Manhattan. No one liked that film. It had a great idea, but was all on a boat. He kind of liked the New Blood because it tried to be something with the whole Jason Carrey angle, but we wanted to forget everything that happened previously except for the original film and parts of Part 2. He goes, I didn't want the final Friday to be tied to anything besides what happened in the first film. And that's a fourth wall breaking joke about what the the stereotypes that this film had taken on. Yeah, it's very much debated whose idea it was to blow up Jason, but Adam Marcus, no matter what people can say about him, I mean, he has stated, wait a minute, I was the first-time director, he was like the big, Hollywood producer. If I could just, like, why is it that I would be able to just do what I want or coax Mr. Cunningham into doing that unless he gave me that authority? I literally just met him. Eh? Alright, straight shooter. Me and my virginity will be waiting for you. Literally just met him. She's cute, not gonna lie. But then again, she's a ginger and she doesn't have a soul. I don't know, eagle-eyed viewers would have noticed that the patches on the shoulders of the Crystal Lake police uniforms stated that Crystal Lake is in Cunningham County, an obvious homage to Sean S. Cunningham, the producer of the movie, and was the producer-director of the first Friday film. So the sheriff's surname is Landis, which, again, a reference to John Landis. The FBI agent Elizabeth Marcus is named after the director Adam Marcus. Agent Abernathy, who we'll see later, was named after Louis Abernathy, who helped Sean S. Cunningham make the underwater thriller Deep Star 6. Bit of tidbit about the famous actor who plays Jason, Kane Hodder. So, I've seen a document. I don't remember what the name of the documentary is, but it was really good. Just Google Kane Hodder documentary. So, he had been severely burned over much of his body during a stunt gone wrong some years prior to this movie. As a result, the skin below his neck is somewhat discolored and disfigured. One day, after filming, he was peeling the Jason costume and the makeup off his body when a young child of a crew member who was brought to the set to see what it was like to make a movie, the child became frightened by his burned skin. So Hodder calmly and sweetly picked up the kid, gave him a hug, told him that his body just looked a bit different and that there was nothing to be afraid of. Hodder left the child actually touch the skin on his arm to see that it didn't hurt him. The child immediately calmed down and, had enjoyed his time with Hodder. And it was seeing this and later hearing that Hodder spent much of his free time at children's hospitals that made director Adam Marcus realize that, despite often playing violent or evil characters, that Hodder had a heart of gold. Ooh, little tinkle in the forest. Yeah, I've been camping, and I go with military buddies of mine, and as much as I enjoy it, man, it is painful. It's pretty obvious that women would not enjoy it. There's no creature comforts, and even a bathroom. That was so fake. Really? So Michael B. Silver and Michelle Clooney, who play Luke and Deborah, the couple we're watching now, they had been a couple in real life, but broke up shortly before being cast. This made some initial awkwardness when they had to spend hours stark naked and simulating the deed. This scene was actually only added later. Get this, because the producers complained that the movie didn't have enough sex and nudity in it. Jesus, I swear some things never change. Um, So Stephen Williams, the guy that plays Creighton Duke, he said that he would only play the role of the bounty hunter if he could dress as a cowboy. F and A, bro. Director Adam Marcus's decision to cast an African American actor as Creighton Duke was influenced by George Romero's continued casting of African Americans as heroes in his films, in spite of the turbulent political climate when these films were made. Marcus wanted to continue this trend and ultimately chose Stephen Williams for the role. According to co-writer Dean Lorey, the biggest mistake he made was writing a baby into the story that we'll see later, and Creighton Duke's sudden appearance in the lore, despite never being mentioned in. Ouch. I thought that they showed like her being chopped in half. Anyway, yeah, he said Dean Lorey, the co-writer, regretted Creighton Duke's sudden appearance in the lore despite never being mentioned in the last 8 films. He also regretted some of the rules to kill Jason. Now, Creighton Duke was a masterful choice, and I'll hear nothing contrary to that. Richard Grant originally read for the role of Creighton Duke before being cast as Phil the Coroner instead. Get this, Tony Todd auditioned for the role of Creighton Duke but lost to Stephen Williams. How about that? Candyman in a Friday film. I love you, Tony, but only one man could have played the Duke. The director, Adam Marcus, he had revealed that he had originally intended for the film's male protagonist, Stephen Freeman, to be Tommy Jarvis, but not include him because New Line Cinema did not own the rights to Tommy's character at the time. And so he was forced to write a new character and name for the film. I mean, to me, that's fine. It's good that he didn't. I mean, I've always felt that the Tommy Jarvis character is just grossly overrated. Like, nobody cares about him. People only mention him because he's been in 3 films, but dude, there's nothing to that character. That would probably be heresy to Friday fans, but too bad. I just thought I wouldn't announce myself. John D. LeMay, who played Stephen Freeman, also starred in the TV series Friday the 13th, the series, which, except for the title, wasn't connected to the movies or Jason. If I'm correct, he's the only. John D. LeMay is the only person to star in the series, the Friday the 13th series, and one of the films. Uh-oh. What the hell is she wearing? Like, where are you coming from? Obnoxious pink outfit in the hood. Uh-oh. Ow! Oh, God! Yeah, that crushed. She looks like she's coming. Yeah, Voorhees is spelled wrong. Oh my God, this. I didn't realize they got to this quickly. Dear Lord. What was I saying? Little off the top. She looked like she was coming from the movie Grease. Sorry, I just can't get over how his girlfriend was dressed before she was killed. This scene is so weird. Why did you have to shave him? So, there's a substantial amount of male nudity in this film, as with female nudity, probably most notably in this creepy scene. I'll get to that later. I don't understand it. I mean, the kissing part, I'm all for. I'm kidding. Tobe Hooper was originally considered to direct. He is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre director. Uh-oh. Someone's stooping the reporter. Uh-oh. Unexpected visitor. The other person who was tapped to direct was John McTiernan. He is the director from Hunt for Red October, Predator, and the Die Hard movies. He turned this movie down to direct Last Action Hero. Yeah. Oh, look at that cutums. Look at that cutums. Uh-oh. I don't like phones. Whoa.
Emotional damage.
It'd be funny if she hit him with a fly swatter. Damn. Bitch ain't playing around. Mm-mm. Now do the smart thing and unload that sucker on him, but you won't. Wow. Hey, Slayer the Cat. Hello. God. The hissing, it's like, what the hell? Oh God, yeah, this part. Gross. Oh my God. Ugh. Jesus. Ouch. Well, he tried. Give him points for that. Well then. Oh, damn. Jesus Christ. What? One good turn deserves another, eh? Why was he shocked by his own reflection? Oh, gotta make a speedy getaway. Oh, this is great. Damn. Oh, tell my daughter I died the way I lived, getting nailed. What? You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear this chick at all. Oh my God. Uh-huh. Someone made a quick getaway. Now, why is it you pin this on him? I'm afraid so, son. Why are you standing that way? A little weird, a little suspect. And to your best friend? Why would the window, I mean, in his defense, why would the window be shattered if he had done it? Just saying. Okay, guys, we hit the 40-minute mark. So if you're watching on YouTube, remember to vote in the totem poll what either your film rating or your film expectation for the movie is, and make sure to like the video if whether you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, Rumble, or YouTube. Aw, little cutums. Wait a minute, does that baby have hair now? Maybe Jason had a secret job as a chef. Hey, you don't know that. You don't know that, Slayer the cat. Although, I like where your head's at. Do you mean chef or sheriff? you said chef, SHEFF. Aw. Hey, that baby was bald before. You can't fool me. This movie's just full of gingers. I never noticed that. So this is the first Friday the 13th related film to have another Voorhees other than Jason in the movie since the original. Obviously, that being Pamela Voorhees. I believe there was a novelization for part 6 where Jason's father appears. Like, I always found it funny how, like, fanboys blew their load over that. Like, oh my god, really? His father showed... Like, dude, do you not realize what a dead end that is? Like, okay, his father shows up. So what? Now what? Like, people were like, oh my god, think of the possibilities. I'm like, okay, possibilities of what? Jason sees his father, and then what? Uh-oh. That means the reporter's a cuck. If he's raising somebody else's kid. That's probably why he's so mad at her. Oh boy. This is great. This is quite possibly the best scene in the movie. I really like this. I would think he would be a little tougher since I'm assuming that is a football jacket, but he plays the stereotypical aw shucks nice guy, and I think that his buddy, his cop buddy, hey baby, stop eating everything. I think that his cop buddy, I don't know, looks like too, dare I say, angelic, like cherubic, boyish, where, almost like too much of a of a nice guy. Chef forgot to spell the C. I'll forgive that just this once. Slayer the cat. We don't stand for misspellings or misgivings here on the Mind's Eye Theater. How did you hear about that? From jail. Wow, I didn't realize that. Camp Crystal Lake had decent Wi-Fi for you to know that. I don't know what the hell this is about, this scene, but it's, I don't know, it's just intriguing to me. Like, it really does add an element of, like, allure and mystique to Creighton Duke. He is, without a doubt, the best part of this movie. Like, I don't know what this is about or why, but it's just, it's captivating, like, genuinely. And actually, it's a good character moment for both of them. Jesus. And he just, like, he delights in that like a kid. Yeah, the addition of the family thing is also kind of weird. Very Thorn trilogy from the Halloween movies. He's like, oh no. Well, gee, since you broke the other finger, it would still be as painful if you reset it. Just saying. Here goes. Oh my god, yo. Yo, he's like so calm about this. What? Yo, how could you not? If you're gonna hate on this movie, hate on it for the obvious things, but come on, man. You can't tell me these are stupid characters. I love how Creighton Duke just throws his hands up in the air like, damn, man, ain't you been paying attention? Even the way he's holding them there, his fingers look all messed up. He's intrigued. Mm-hmm. Very cryptic. According to interviews in the Crystal Lake Memories book, Stephen Williams, Creighton Duke, had a habit of flashing females on set. Yeah, man. Show the ladies the real Duke, am I right? Imagine it wears a cowboy hat, too. Dude, I'm in jail. Yeah, this guy looks like the village idiot, to be honest. Not for nothing, but this was clever. Oops. Don't mind if I give you a reach around. See, he's got, like, look what he just went through. And now, minutes later, he got this firearm to his friend's skull. He's a bit of a badass. If anything, this guy, the friend, is like the dopey kind of, dewy cop. Also, does it really make sense for Creighton Duke to have, like, messed up the hand of the guy who's supposed to fight Jason, of all people? Like, use of your fingers would probably come in handy. I don't apologize for that pun. See, the gun looking fake. Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't gonna say anything. Slayer the cat said the gun's looking fake. What a bitch. Oh my, you meanie. No. Who's a cutie pie? Oh my god, I love it. She freaks out for no reason. So, according to actress Rusty Schwimmer, most of the dialogue between her character and Joey B and Shelby, Leslie Jordan, was improvised on set. They just rolled the cameras and let us go, she said. That's probably why it's so good. Damn. Oh. Pookie. Oh. Pretty resourceful. So originally the roles that eventually were played by Leslie Jordan and Rusty Schwimmer were actually reversed. In the script, Shelby was a woman while Joey B was a man, as evidenced by the characters' names. However, once Jordan and Schwimmer had read for the roles separately, and then as a duo, the producers decided to switch the characters' genders. Therefore, Jordan's character was originally the wife, while Schwimmer's was initially the husband. Aww. Little cuteums. See, like, how could you not be on board with this guy? Like, he just broke out of prison. He's for a murder that he was wrongfully convicted of. He's got a baby with an ex-girlfriend. He had to, he's got a gun. Which he had to pull on his best friend in order to get out of prison. He just had his hand broken in 2 places by a crazy cowboy. Like, I don't like this guy's arc and character. I'm way more on board with him than any other character, with the exception of Creighton Duke, throughout this franchise. So, let me see. This entry features the strongest clues as to the location of Crystal Lake. I forgot to mention before when this guy was driving up to meet with his ex-girlfriend's mom. Twice it shows the directions. Once at the start. Once when Steve Freeman sees the hitchhikers. Oopsie. Oh my god, the most dangerous of all horror movie villains. An ironing board. So a sign indicating that Crystal Lake is approximately 29 miles from Fairfield and 39 miles from Westport appears. Fairfield and Westport are both located in Connecticut. Previous films had indicated New Jersey or its surroundings. In part 3, you get a sign for Pickett, the New Jersey State Lottery, appears on the side of a window at around 14 minutes into that film. In part 1, you get Eno's truck that has New Jersey on the side, and about 11 minutes into... Hold on. Slayer the cat says, at least no hoarders live in this house. reporters are the real monsters. Shut the hell up. I'm gonna assume that you live with those. You speak from experience, Slayer. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, in part 1, you get Eno's the truck, has New Jersey on the side at about 11 minutes into part 1. The Gates First Cemetery also has New Jersey on it. Oopsie doopsie, watch your step. This is what I mean. Oh, you're about to see. This guy should have been more prevalent in this movie. I love how he plays the like, you know, that typical straight-laced, white-collar reporter who pretends to be all about the story or whatever, but this is really just a jerk, a bastard. I always envision him as like throughout the Friday the 13th series, if they were ever to do a reboot, like he'd be manipulating the deaths of the he'd be manipulating the deaths in order to, like, I don't know, get a Pulitzer. Like, he would see the he would use the deaths that Jason committed as his ticket out of a small town like Crystal Lake. Exactly. He's like, what the hell? Oh God, here we go. Give us a kiss, love. Yeah, oh God, this scene. The sound that he makes. Oh God, filling him up with Kool-Aid. Ooh. Whew. Well, after that exchange, who else is in the mood? Ugh. God almighty. So Josh's death here, dissolving and melting, is similar to, almost exactly in reverse, to how Frank Cotton regenerates in Hellraiser 1987. Couple of weird... Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. Couple of weird references in this movie to other horror films. Oh, God. Hey, Chief, probably... Oh, wow. Yeah, just weird body horror, like, that you wouldn't expect out of a Friday the 13th. Oh, Jesus. Rude Awakening? Man, that Neutrogena is hitting him hard, bro. You're telling me. Well, tell him that. He did look very oily. Oopsie. Nice feet. Okay, while you're dealing with that. Oh my God. The girlfriend is like barely in this movie. Wait, what? This part I don't remember. Ooh. Looks like you slipped on your knickers. Conceptually, the notion of Jason's essence being transferable came from Adam Marcus' original story treatment. So, what I'm about to say, if you don't know the behind the scenes of this particular movie, is really gonna piss people off. She did not pay for her lighting bills. Yeah, well, times are tough for everybody. Hey, we got Slayer the Cat. We have to be understanding, even if this was the 90s. Still, like a flashlight or a candle. Like, why the hell would you go traipsing around in your big house alone after your mother got killed. Anyway, so here we go. Ignoring Jason Takes Manhattan, Adam Marcus, the director, he picked up where part 7, The New Blood, left off. Jason neutralized and trapped at the bottom of Crystal Lake. So the film would open with a mystery man dredging up Jason's body so that an autopsy could be performed in a nearby cabin converted into a science lab. Yeah. We were supposed to expect Jason. Hold on. One quick second. Wait, you had to go all over to your car to find your garage to find a flashlight? Why is he caressing her like that? Oh, Jesus. Anyway, where was I? So we're supposed to expect Jason to wake up and go berserk. However, as a surprise, Jason would wake only to watch his own black heart torn out by the mystery man. This would instantly render him powerless, and the mystery man would consume the heart, thereby absorbing Jason's powers. So the big reveal would be the identity of the man, who is Elias Voorhees, Jason's never seen, never mentioned evil twin brother. Womp womp. It's not clear where the story would have gone from there, but they dropped all of it except the idea of someone eating Jason's heart, thereby taking his powers. So Jason's body hopping via mouth-ingested parasite, what do you call it? From that point forward was likely ripped off from The Hidden, a sci-fi flick from the New Lines archive. Years after the internet mentioned the comparison, Marcus claims he hadn't seen the film before writing the movie, despite being a huge movie buff. Suspicious. So guys, we just passed the hour mark. Make sure to vote in the totem poll on the YouTube chat what your film rating or a film expectation is. And make sure to like the video, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I'm sorry, Facebook, Rumble, Twitch, or YouTube. Uh-oh. Typical woman. Okay, he probably loses points here for being so easily subdued, especially since, you know, does he still I think he still has the gun. Take it easy. Slaps her around. That was just a funny transition. Like, she's getting away in one scene and immediately picks up after where she's like, oh my god. Like, lady, take it easy. And really? Sleeping on the job? Uh-oh. And this is his friend whose ass he kicked earlier. Uh-oh. Jesus, you're having quite a night. And one good turn deserves another. Alright, those are some lame, weak punches. Worst fight ever. Oh, Jesus. Well then. Come on, tough guy, let's see it. Uh-oh, Mexican standoff. Whoop. That's at least, come on, that's funny. See, this, this guy's smart. Uh-oh. Believe me, you got off easy. They both were showing off their Nerf guns. Could you imagine? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Well then. See, this guy's awesome. Come on. Tell me that that's not badass. This is such an underrated character. Oh, yo. Damn. Damn, son, where'd you find this? You were able to tell that from his wrist? I'm kidding. Nobody helped him up. Yeah, he did. Or is he? Give us a kiss, love, smooch. Oh my god. Well played. Yeah. What was the smolder face for when he... What? Hold on, let me pull that back up. Slayer the cat. What was the smolder face for when he was shooting? I don't know. Oh, here we go. The diner. Oh man, see? Ray of sunshine. A rotary phone, what the hell? God, that haircut. She has a ray gun, look out. Uh-oh. This guy's about to get it. Really bad. Stupid ass. Oopsie. Oh, we got trouble now. I'm sorry, mister. About to close. Yeah, that does look like a pop gun. That was an interesting transition. Ow! Oh, sorry. Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus Christ! I love this. Get the hell out of the way, bitch! Move, bitch! Get out the way! This is funny. They just look like, oh crap! Not for nothing, but the emergency lights there, like, make it look, what the hell is shotgun? They do give like an eerie look. Yeah, they're like, get the hell up out of Dodge. Why? Why would you hand the gun to him? Oh my god. Way to go. He let off exactly one shot. Wow. Jesus. She's still in. Well, at least she was useful. Run away. What the hell are you looking for? A pole vaulter? Well. And she immediately regrets that. Jesus Christ. Time to run, kids. After all that, now he's had enough? Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, you can't say she wasn't a badass. She did more damage to him with 2 shotgun blasts and, you know, that rebar through his stomach than anybody else did. I mean, she got a little too cocky with the rebar, but why can't this chick just stick with him? Constantly running out on him. Oh, we got a love letter here? Ah, nice. So, the crate that I believe we saw in the basement before. Oh, wait. Hold on. Slayer the cat. He did not hotwire a car and drive after her because. Yeah, right? Anyway, the crate in the basement of the Voorhees house was a prop from the story, The Crate, in the first Creep show. There are a lot of kind of pointless and nonsensical references in this flick. For instance, due to the presence of the Necronomicon and, as you just saw, the dagger from Evil Dead, Jason is incorrectly assumed by fans to be a Deadite. This was a simple fan service Easter egg done by director Adam Marcus. He intended to have a backstory for Pamela Voorhees, that she used the Necronomicon to resurrect her dead son, explaining why he's hard to kill after drowning in the lake. But because Warner Brothers didn't own the rights to the Evil Dead, which at the time was owned by Universal Studios, this couldn't be done legally, so he had to secretly include the props as an Easter egg. Yeah, I won't defend that stupid decision. So, as I was mentioning earlier with Creighton Duke like rubbing Steve Freeman's hand and the shaving scene, there is a substantial amount of male nudity. Yeah, there's the Kandarian dagger. There is a substantial amount of male nudity in this film, as with female nudity. Probably most notably in the homoerotic shaving scene, as many fans have come to call it. The reason for this is that director Adam Marcus viewed the previous Friday films as somewhat sexist, showing only or primarily a female nudity, and thought it more acceptable to show male and female nudity in equal amounts. Though a majority of fans didn't agree for obvious reasons. And that's a weird, like, because of that, you decided to do that freaking shaving scene. Like, okay. Yeah, who was getting their rocks off to that old guy getting shaved? Anyway, so prior to Jason Goes to Hell, the only Friday the 13th movies to show any male nudity were the original Friday and the final chapter. How progressive. Jeez. Imagine walking into that and just asking yourself, gee, is the food that bad at this diner? Mm-hmm. And Jesus. I swear, Slayer the cat, you cannot even deny, every time they show this baby has more hair on it, on its head. Wow. Really? That was so corny. Jeez, right through his femur. Okay. Who? I forget. Who's actually... No! I guess he just kills himself, but meanwhile, Jason is in the other. Well done. Okay, so that answers that question. How creepy does he look right there? Aww. Poor babies. Oh my god. And... awesome. Not for nothing, but you killed somebody right in front of your kid. Wow, dried blood already? Oh god, what the hell? There's no way that that's what a neck is made out of. Pumpkin innards. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Jason Voorhees for you. Why are they looking up? Oh my god! That was Top Ramen from 50 years ago, says Slayer the Cat. Shut the hell up! Top Ramen. It does look... yeah, there. Arctic Expedition, really? Because that crate... oh god, ew. Oh boy. Jason's about to... so, on top of every weird thing we've seen from this, Jason's about to get busy... is that his mom's corpse? Yes. Wait. No, not his mom. No, not his mom. That's his sister. So, incest on top of everything else. Oh god. Ew. What the hell? Uh-oh. That was supposed to be a scene. That was supposed to be, I'm assuming, an homage from when Jason leaps out of the water from the first film. That's such a lame way of incapacitating Creighton Duke. He just falls through a trap door. So in the film, when Creighton Duke says that, in the final film, this sounds nonsensical. Ah, what a lame way. Best character in... oh, you idiot! The best character in the film just died. If you're watching this, pour out a drink for Creighton Duke. R.I.P., my friend. He's shoving hot dogs into donuts in heaven. Anyway, so in the audio commentary on the DVD and Blu-ray, it's revealed that the script at one point had it that Jason killed Duke's girlfriend. And his backstory initially explained that he was canoeing with his girlfriend in Camp Crystal Lake before Jason emerged from the water and dragged his girlfriend down into the lake. So this is what led him to his career in the police force, dedicating his life to hunting down Jason for revenge. And this was ultimately cut from the film. This jungle gym was also used in The Birds from 1963. I love how he regrew, not just his body, but his mask, too. I wonder how the hell that happened. You know, that's gonna hurt when Jason returns the favor. Like right now. He's like, the hell with this. Where's my machete? Like, I don't know, like, this is my favorite look of Jason, you know, head and mask. I love how he decides to climb and he just, like, topples it over. What the hell were you trying to do? He's like, it's my turn on the jungle gym. Exposed back, very nice. Why would you go from the chest, from the back? Jason is like, you're not gardening, right? And he just knocks her away like nothing. Well, so much for those dream demons. This is just one of those weird parts in this movie. Jeez, Jason, did you really have to freak out so badly over getting killed for the 100th time that you're actually unleashing a storm? I love how sparks or whatever the hell that is come off of his mask now. It's like we're watching a video game. Nice. That was pretty badass. We just hit the hour 20 mark, so one last time, guys, just make sure to vote in the totem poll what your film rating is. That's on the YouTube chat, and make sure to like the video in the YouTube chat, Facebook, Twitch, and Rumble. And what the hell are these things? Combo breaker and fatality. Yeah, gotta be honest, yeah. Oh Jesus, this guy got no chill. Of all the creatures of the netherworld, that's what we went to. And that's all, folks. Shrinking light. It's like, yeah, your guess is as good as mine. What the hell all that was. Oh, give us a kiss. Yes, yes. Yeah, after you ditching me twice, you bitch. And we ride off into the sunset. Gee, you know what would go a lot better with riding off into the sunset? A cowboy who's still alive. Damn it. Anyway. So, in extended interviews of Crystal Lake Memories, the complete history of Friday the 13th, documentary about, obviously, the Friday the 13th movies, Noel Cunningham said that the original rough cut of Jason Goes to Hell was over 130 minutes. And therefore, it had to be heavily re-edited to be faster paced and under 90 minutes. Pfft. I would have loved it if we got to see more of these characters like the reporter or the diner staff, because I sure couldn't get enough of them. And this is the Easter egg that held people in suspense for exactly a decade? Yes. Yeah, 10 years. Yeah, it would have to be. So that Easter egg cliffhanger was actually played by Kane Hodder himself. Don't know if anybody knows that. And now our watch has ended. So, I hope everybody has enjoyed this watch party. I absolutely love this film. That's my official totem totem pole film rating. High stakes all the way. He took the mask like a WWE wrestler. True. Kane. Actually, I would like to see that fight, Slayer the Cat, between Kane and Jason Voorhees. To the point that when I saw Kane's new appearance, his mask and his outfit in 2002, I thought it looked very much Jason Voorhees-esque. Okay. So, let me just get through a couple of more trivia notes that I wanted to close out before I wrap up the stream. So, the only person who actually viewed any of the footage during the initial 28-day shoot was editor David Handman, meaning no one was viewing the dailies as per normal procedure. They were all too focused on moving to the next thing to stop and make sure that they got what was usable, and a lot of it wasn't. Adam Marcus, the director, had made as many first director mistakes as you'd expect. For example, he originally had an 8-minute sequence in non-stop slow motion, the Diner Massacre, and the various conversation scenes dragged on so long that not even Mystery Science Theater 3000 could have made them funny or interesting. They were only able to salvage around 45 to 50 minutes of Marcus's original work. Ouch. Talk about quality control. Again, he's a first-time director, so it's like, you know, how much, like, yeah, all right, rookie mistakes, but shouldn't he have, I don't know, like a veteran producer helping him out? So, as much as 43 minutes of the final film came via reshoots and repurposed footage. During this process, storylines were completely dropped, ergo Aaron Gray's character and the sheriff being engaged and planning their honeymoon, while others were added via creative editing, ergo Carrie Keegan and Stephen Culp's characters having been a couple. They also compressed some vital scenes, such as Creighton Duke explaining the rules. Even after all that, Sean S. Cunningham still found the finished film beyond embarrassing, famously saying, quote, "Adam came to me and said, the last thing the fans want to see is Jason going through Camp Crystal Lake chopping up teenagers again. Of course, it was the only thing they wanted to see, and Adam delivered this movie. That was so not good." Magnum PI writer Jay Hughley's final draft for Jason Goes to Hell was awful and impossible to understand. Cunningham was coming up against a deadline, as in New Line needed to see the script within a couple of days, or else they'd cancel the project. So he recruited My Boyfriend's Back writer Dean Lorre, sat with him in a room for 4 days and wouldn't let him leave until he had a script that they could film. In the process, they basically threw out all of Hughley's work. Lorre stayed on as an ever-present sounding board on set, but Cunningham also had Louis Abernathy, Deep Star 6, and Leslie Bohm, a Nightmare on Elm Street 5, perform uncredited rewrites. Specifically, Abernathy wrote the opening sequence, and Bohm did a last-minute polish over a weekend. Bohm, later the writer of Daylight, the Sylvester Stallone movie, and Dante's Peak, was keen that his name not be attached, so in the closing credits, he's simply listed as executive typist. Like several sequels before it, and in Jason X after this, the film originally had a flashback sequence of Betsy Palmer, and Betsy Palmer was proposed to reprise her role, but she decided not to for various reasons, usually money, in all the films. There were plans for a high-tech video game based on this movie, but I mean, The game was created but never released, which, meh. The video games, have they ever been good? Dean Laurie originally pitched his idea for a ninth movie titled Jason Takes LA, which was about two gangs who hated each other, and they would fight one another as street fighters. At one point, Jason somehow shows up and begins slaughtering people in the city, as well as featuring two female detectives storyline. The gangs, the gangs would have to later work together to take down Jason. Director Adam Marcus hated the pitch for being the same thing audiences had already seen in the previous movies and opted to continue the body switching concept instead. While it was never used, it was briefly discussed to be used again before choosing to bring Jason to space in Jason X. Sean Cunningham has long since believed actors never took their cues fast enough, meaning it would take them just a couple of seconds too long, for example, to go out of a room through a door because they'd be too busy emoting. So his passive-aggressive solution was to communicate more clearly to the actors, but instead shoot at 22 frames per second instead of 24, thinking the increased speed would eliminate any sign of slight hesitation from the actor. This put the audio all out of whack, but he could fix that with a harmonizer. Cunningham puts this technique to the test on Deep Star 6, and he liked the results enough to force Adam Marcus to employ the method while filming Jason Goes to Hell. An unexpected, though obvious, consequence of filming everything at a slightly faster frame was that, for example, where they thought they had a 90-minute film, they only had 80 minutes. At just 23 years old at the time, Adam Marcus is the youngest director to direct a Friday film, but he ultimately made what is considered by others to be the worst in the series. Finally, this movie released 30 years ago today, August 13th, 1993, and ultimately grossed $15.9 million, an improvement over Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan, 1989. That movie raked in $14.3 million, so this one made almost $2 million more. This made it the second lowest grossing Friday film to that point, although $15.9 million was enough to be the highest grossing horror film of 93. So this franchise is all over the place with its box office. Let me take a quick second while I take a quick swig. So now is the point where I like to give my closing. Let me say that again. Now is the time in the watch parties where I like to give my closing thoughts. So I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Jason Goes to Hell is not only the only film in the franchise that I love, but it's my absolute favorite of the Friday the 13th films. And to be honest, if Jason is supposed to go to hell, I hope he saved a spot for the haters. So keep those seats warm. It's funny how the films in this series, from Part 7, The New Blood, the one with Jason versus Carrie, all the way to Jason X, Jason Goes to Space, those are all the films that everyone hates, and yet aren't those the same ones with Kane Hodder? Is the body swapping plot device stupid? Yes, absolutely. And I'll do you one better. The whole Evil Dead connection, how, Pamela Voorhees got her hands on the Necronomicon, and that's how she brought her son back to life, and that's why Jason's so hard to kill, and he's a Deadite. Like, dude, really? The Deadites are, they're spirits. Yeah, obviously that not only that, but the way that they attack people, yes, they can, murder and maim, But they have supernatural powers in the sense, first off, they decompose. Jason decomposed over a period of time, a period of sequels. The Deadites, because they are, evil spirit forces, they're able to leap from one body to another via possession. Jason in this is portrayed as a parasite. Look, that's stupid. I agree. I'll never defend that. I realize that director Adam Marcus had no idea what the hell he's talking about, and this franchise existed before Evil Dead came out. So the whole Deadite connection, Necronomicons, Pamela Voorhees using the Book of the Dead to resurrect. Like, there are rules to Evil Dead that don't exist in Friday the 13th, nor even in this one. Like, the parasite is not how the Deadites pass on whatever sickness they possess. In fact, they use possession. I'll never defend that, and I completely agree with that stupid part of this franchise or of this film. Like, I get it, but on the other hand, fans, standards, really, at this juncture.
Hold up.
Like, when did we begin applying a foreign concept like quality control into a Friday the 13th film? And I would hasten to remind you that Jason Goes to Hell is the 9th film in the series, and now we're going to apply an imaginary measuring stick that these films have to meet? Who invented this? Who came up with that rule? Like, is that what you people think?
It doesn't matter what you think.
All right, let's address it. I already pointed out the stupid aspects of this film, the body swapping and whatever. But bro, like, to me, again, I'm not justifying that I'm at all. But to me, look at the other stupid characters in the Friday the 13th film. So I'm able to, it doesn't ruin my enjoyment of this film, seeing such a stupid aspect like what Marcus was going for. But if we're talking about standards, like, look how repetitive and stereotypical and cliched all the scenarios and all the characters were before that. So it's easy for me to look at all the stupid additions in this movie, in Jason Goes to Hell, and swap and just realize that, well, I'm not saying that the characters and the cliches before, 8 movies before, were just as bad or just completely out of place, but there is a level of stupidity when it comes with these aspects that people gravitated toward these films to begin with. So, and let's not lose sight of what the positive additions of Jason Goes to Hell are. For instance, there are characters iconic to the horror genre in the macroscope. McCready in The Thing, Ash Williams in Evil Dead, Nev Campbell in the Scream movies. And then there are memorable characters in their respective films. The cast of the Dawn of the Dead remake, or Treat Williams' character in Deep Rising. Stephen Freeman, the nerdy protagonist in this film, to me, he falls into the latter. I'm absolutely on board with his aw shucks nice guy character and the arc that he goes through. I mean, seriously, look at what this guy gets blamed for his ex-girlfriend's murder, locked up. He's forced to go through a rite of passage with an insane cowboy character in a slasher film. He gets himself out of prison by stealing his best friend's gun. He tries to save both his daughter and his ex-girlfriend. Falls through the floorboards of the murder house where his ex-girlfriend's mother passed away. Repeatedly, he's trying to save the girl, trying to get the girl by the end, and she ditches him twice. Again, he gets arrested just to be in a police shootout, rescues his girlfriend from the shootout at the diner. Like, this guy goes on a something of a hellacious roller coaster. Like, again, he's not an iconic horror movie hero, but he's memorable as a survivor character in this. Like, what's not to like about this guy? And then, bro, Creighton Duke for the win. They have a cowboy in a Friday the 13th film. And come on, every time, like, whether he's speaking to the reporter on camera, whether he's talking crap, he's flirting with a cop's girlfriend in front of the sheriff, or he's locked up in a prison, detailing to the actual hero what to do. Come on, tell me that this guy doesn't steal the scene every time the camera's on him. Like, and just the only part that I do have a problem with is how they killed him off in like a lackadaisical, lazy fashion. But like, I'm able to say that because look, if he was a nobody that no one cared about, and like, you'd be surprised how quickly I am to completely flip on any character that I don't like, to the point that I'm like rooting for the bad guy. I watched the Babadook, and the kid that's crying in that movie is so annoying. I'm rooting for the monster. In Jason Goes to Hell, I'm absolutely freaking rooting for Creighton Duke. And the co-writer was talking about how he regretted Creighton Duke just showing up 8 films later. I'm like, bitch, are you serious? 8 films later, they should have had this guy throughout the franchise. Screw Tommy Jarvis. Nobody cares about him. Creighton Duke all day. And to me, I love how, oh my God, I mentioned it throughout the watch party. I love how opportunistic the reporter was. Like, seriously, here's another character I wanted to see more of. The fact that, what was it, 40 minutes of this movie were cut? Jesus! I would have loved to have followed Creighton Duke, or the characters from the diner, or the reporter. Again, like I mentioned during the watch party, I would have, if they were ever to do a reboot of the Friday series, I would love it if the reporter is capitalizing on all the deaths that happen for clicks and clout, and, you know, using the murders as his ticket to get out of Camp Crystal Lake from the small town that it is. You know, he acts as though, oh my God, he's so concerned and about what the effect that all of these murders are having on these victims, and oh, the families, and oh, this, and oh, look how sympathetic I am. But behind the cameras, he's a complete prick. I love that. I wish we could have gotten more of that. You know, talk about characters owning their douchery. And like the way that he acts, and, you know, that straight-laced white collar impression that he's got, he just looks like an eel in a suit. And the diner staff, including Joey B. Joey B is so unapologetically white trash, and I absolutely love it. Dude, straight into my veins. What did I say at the last watch party when we were watching Curse of Chucky? The bitchy wife character. I absolutely love when you have a character like that like owns being such a sleazy person. Similar to, well, not that case with the reporter, because the reporter's, you know, trying to have like that squeaky clean impression for the cameras, you know, he's got to put his best foot forward. But Joey B, again, I would absolutely, like, I've always envisioned if a Friday the 13th reboot, imagine one of the sequels being like an anthology of different people talking about experiences that they either endured, survived, or heard about when it comes to Jason. But the framing device would be everyone is telling their story within a diner. And who just so happens to be the one that's interrupting or shouting out? Joey B, the white trash diner owner or waitress or whatever. Oh my God. I absolutely, like, again, when she died, it was just like, no, man, why did it have to be her? But again, that's a sign of a good character. And like, as I do more of these watch parties and get to rewatch and relive a lot of these films that I've seen of the past, I notice that not all of your characters, I'm not saying they have to be outright villains, but you can have characters that are adversarial to your, like, obstacles for your protagonist, and they can be great characters even if they're not the protagonist, the survivor, the final girl. They can be lovable, like, on their own. And like I've always said, like I'll continue to say, I love whenever you have a bitchy character that just owns it. You know what I mean? Like LaGuerta from the Dexter show. And like, notice how, for all the Friday diehards, notice how the diner staff is like trashy, but compare that to the rednecks in part 3. It's like, it's night and day again. Like, Joey B is trashy, but like, she owns it, you know what I mean? And there's like, she's so she's so very much in that element that it almost catapults in the opposite direction, where she's endearing, where contrast that up against the rednecks in part 3, and they're just there being stupid. And I'm assuming whoever directed that just has them, I don't know, hey, act like rednecks, do your impression of a redneck. And there's nothing about them that's likable, and they're just there to stand out or stand away from the campers, but still fill out the body count. But they're so annoying and loud and obnoxious in the worst way possible. And it's like, I, for one, am rooting for Jason in that sense. It's like, yes, please kill these characters off as quickly as humanly possible. And again, like, I'm absolutely there for the protagonist here. I'm with him all the way. He's much more memorable than any character that I can even think of, any final girl of the vast majority of these films in this franchise. Like, Stephen Freeman is his name. Again, like, look at everything he goes through, busting out of jail. And I mentioned during the watch party, like, when he's having his fingers broken by Creighton Duke as something of like a rite of passage. He's freaking out like the way anyone would, having their fingers broken out of position. But right up in that last trial or rite of passage, where he knows it's gonna hurt, but he still extends his hand in order to find out what to do and to stop Jason. That's a character moment. That, you know, there's a level of toughness and intelligence to this character. Like, the second time that he's brought into jail, he does so because his friend mentions that, all right, Steven finds out from his cop friend that his ex-girlfriend is back at the station. So he says, okay, cuff me. So he willingly surrenders his weapon and goes in with his hands cuffed in order to go back to save his girlfriend. So he's going back in a compromised position, and he still manages to, like, when he sees Jason, or whatever body Jason is assuming, he still manages to jump in the air, allow his hands that were behind him to now be in the forward position, grabs his friend's gun, knocks him out, and unloads on Jason. Like, come on, man. Again, if you're on the fence about this movie, really watch this again and again. Hey, I understand if it's, like, impossible for you to divorce yourself from the parasite and the body swapping, but bro, come on, there are things to like about this movie. And again, I'll say it, this has better characters than any Friday the 13th film. any of them, the protagonist, the cowboy, the diner staff, the reporter, bro, be serious. The vast majority of the characters in the Friday the 13th films are cookie cutter. You don't give a crap about them. And please don't use the lame excuse or the lame cop-out that you're not supposed to. You're telling me that the addition of characters that you don't want to see die, oh, that would detract from a movie. Guys, be serious. Give this film another chance. I absolutely will defend it to anybody. It's the only movie in this franchise that I like, and I will defend it to the death. Having said that, for those that I've convinced, for those that always love this movie, and especially for those still on the fence, there is a documentary called Hearts of Darkness, The Making of the Final Friday. So, the original director, Adam Marcus, has been at work with this documentary that I absolutely can't wait for it to come out. When it does, I will absolutely do a watch party and a review of it. You know that I'm a sucker for horror documentaries. I absolutely endorse it. Please go to the Facebook channel or the Facebook page for Hearts of Darkness, The Making of the Final Friday. And I believe on Instagram, it's Hearts of Darkness 13. Again, please support this. I'm absolutely down for it. I cannot wait until this comes out. And need I say more regarding this particular film? So, one thing I like to do after each watch party is to give recommendations to all of you fine folks in order to keep the good vibes going, and in the event that this has put you in the mood for other similar horror titles, just like to make it a shockbuster night. So, I would recommend Army of Darkness. There's your Evil Dead reference. Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. Has no one ever thought of making a double feature out of Jason Goes to Hell and Demon Knight? Also from the same decade, Child's Play 2, as well as Sleepy Hollow. So, what is on the scene for the Mind's Eye Theater and the Greater Mind's Eye? I do ask that everyone join my Clips channel, Mind's Eye Incisions, my YouTube page. It's just 2 to 5 minute versions of my long form videos. I do ask that you subscribe to my Rumble. I've gotten, I believe three if I'm not mistaken, 3 new followers in the past weekend. I'll be name dropping them on my live stream, which will be on Tuesday. Speaking of my live stream, I do ask that you subscribe to my Kick channel, Mind Games Inc. I've started my affiliate program with that. So this weekend, having the Last of the Voyage of the Demeter drop, I did a gut reaction video that I released yesterday. I do ask that everyone watch that on Rumble as well as YouTube. As far as coming attractions, the Mind Games, my Scream stream of survival horror games, is scheduled to return on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, 6 p.m. Pacific. So I'll be live streaming Metal Hellsinger, my 3rd playthrough of that. So this is looking like another busy week for me. Today we have Jason Goes to Hell, 30th anniversary watch party. As I mentioned at the top of the stream, this is not the only Jason film to celebrate a anniversary of August 13th. I ask that everyone come right back tomorrow, Monday at 8:30 p.m. for the watch party of Freddy vs. Jason, 20-year anniversary. Like I said, Tuesday will be my Scream stream of Metal Hellsinger, Round 3. Wednesday, I will try to get out my Heatwave 2.0. That's my watch list of summer scary films. And Thursday will be a reaction video of my Mind's Eye Inquisition. Just my thoughts on recent release news. 13 Ghosts show is being rumored. It was being rumored to have been pitched to Sony. There are Elm Street requel rumbles, which I'm not too concerned about, but I would like to get my thoughts out. And, a Prey 2 sequel, allegedly. So, that's what's on tap for the Mind's Eye, Mind Games, and Mind's Eye Theater this week, as well as Mind's Eye Inquisition. So, when next you join the Mind's Eye Theater, that will be tomorrow, August 14th, we'll be celebrating the Freddy vs. Jason 20-year anniversary. So, mark your calendars and say your prayers. I've been Inkarnate, offering a word of caution. Fear the worst, so long you recognize who's best.
If you're resigned to your fate, time to subscribe to your fears.
Warn your friends. Warn everyone.